Drop the gun! Drop it! Drop it! Step over there now. Get your hands out of your pockets! Hands out of your pockets!
Good thing with being a police officer is you have discretion in some cases. I mean, obviously the severity of the crime is going to, neglect or negate that discretion.
Sometimes you don't have a choice at all. Yeah. It is what
So,
it is.
I mean, like on the lower end stuff, starting from a traffic stop, an officer doesn't have to give you a ticket. But, depending on, they can, but they don't have to. Like a misdemeanor arrest, you can use discretion. So stuff like that. So it's interesting on, like as you're saying, that having the perspective of, what, being a corrections officer and saying, oh, he's going to prison. I used to work there. I know how it's going to be for him or her. So the good thing is that we do have that kind of, discretion to use.
I think of that one. It was relatively recently, young man, that officer, that there was a firearm present and there was video of it, but he was able to de-escalate that situation.
Yes, that ended.
That's special. That capacity.
That ended well, and that officer involved in that incident actually was.
Can you say his name, or is that not appropriate?
No, it's on Facebook. I mean, I posted it because
I mean,
What's going on? You bounce around like this?
What's up, man? You gonna take the fame for your people?
Dude, drop it! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop it! Drop it! Step over there now. Get your hands out of your pockets! Hands out of your pockets! Call him to you. Call him to you, Ryan. Call him to you. Lay him out. Lay him down. Get on the ground now. Handcuffs now. Handcuffs now. Go. You got him. I got him.
kudos and respect.
I believe that case right there. I mean, he had a rookie with him. Like when I say a young kid, he had a trainee with him during that time, and to de-escalate that situation, that could have wound up very bad.
Very bad.
Very bad. Especially
there was a lot of people around him.
Yes.
It wasn't just him and that person that he was talking to. There was a lot going on.
And kudos to that officer. I mean, it was actually two new officers there and a seasoned officer who actually used to work for FHP.
Okay.
His name is Corey Lee. The other officer was Ryan Edelamaki and Quentin Gilliam.
Good job, guys.
So they de-escalated that situation that could have turned really bad. I don't know what that guy was thinking.
People have a bad day, man. You're there on the worst day that they've ever had.
Yep.
I watched that video and I thought, man, I don't know how I would handle that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because I'm thinking as a human, as my own selfish person, I want to get home to my wife and my kids, man.
Of course.
And it's such a quick movement to go from there to bending that elbow.
Oh yeah.
And all of a sudden,
yep.
You're in it.
You're in it.
And you can't de-escalate anymore. It's over.
You have to make that decision on what you're going to do, just like that.
And all it takes is that you look at that guy, and that's how fast it goes from there to there. It's
yes, sir.
Jeez, man. And it's one thing to watch the video and armchair quarterback. It's another thing to be there in that moment. Yeah. Everything is new and happening in the moment.
Oh yeah. You have, when you're in I've been in situations like that on, incidents where armed people, search warrants and stuff like that. Right. Your training, you always revert back to your training in those type of scenarios.
You'd have to.
For instance, like in that case, I mean, they did a very good job verbally saying, drop the gun, blah, blah, blah. You can see it on video. I mean, it was very, very, it was handled well.
Right. Even in his tone, like I feel like you could have easily been stressed out, and coming out of your tone is also stressing that person out. Even in his tone, he was composed.
Yep.
Yeah, from what I remember.
You get, where I was going with that in those situations, you get what they call tunnel vision.
Right.
You don't see anything but what's directly in front of you, specifically that gun.
Right.
So what's going on in the peripheral, you don't see. You're fixed on that situation. I mean, and police. When I came in to be a chief of police, I wanted to train my guys more in realistic scenarios, and I don't want to say I give kudos for that ideology, but I think it helped in this situation because they had, like I said, this could have turned out completely different, and we would be having a different conversation about this.
Yep.
And I'd be talking to the press about this. And so, like I said, knock on wood, it worked out in the end, and everybody went home safe, even the person who made that bad choice.
Had a bad day.
Yep.
That wasn't the end of his story.
Mm-hmm.